Okay, Hare Krishna. So we are doing Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 5, entitled The Glories of Lord Nityanand Balaram. And we're starting with text 195. So this is Lord Nityanand talking in the dream of Krishnadas Kaviraj. Are are Krishnadas na karahu bhaye, Vrindavan ne jahu taha sarvalabhya hoye. Oh my dear Krishnadas, do not be afraid. Go to Vrindavan, for there you will attain all things. 196. Ete boli previla more hatasani diya adadhan kaile prabhu nijagana laya. After saying this, he directed me toward Vrindavan by waving his hand. Then he disappeared, this associates. 197. Murshit hoyamoi padinu bhumite sapna bhanga hoy dekhi hoyache prabhate. I fainted and fell to the ground. My dream broke. When I regained consciousness, I saw that morning had come. Imagine having a dream with Lord Nityanand there and then suddenly it disappears. I think we all have the same reaction. Faint, fall down, wonder what happened. 198. Ki dekhno ki sunino kariye vichar, Prabhu agya hari Vrindavan jai bar. I thought about what I had seen and heard and concluded that the Lord had ordered me to proceed to Vrindavan at once. I want to pause here for a second and ask you a question. Please try to answer it as honestly as possible. If Lord Nityanand came to you today, wherever you are, whether Toronto, Vancouver, Texas, or India, wherever, doesn't matter, wherever you are, he comes to you at night time, you're sleeping, and he says, get up, go to Vrindavan now. What will you do? Honest answer.
Prabhuji, the inspiration, I tell you about myself, the inspiration we get from you, I will say, I'm going to go.
Sorry, second, you will what?
I will go.
You will go right away.
Yes.
Okay, sure. Okay, anybody else?
Yes, Prabhuji, we will go.
Okay, all right. Anybody else?
We will go, but it may take 1 or 2 days.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about immediately. You get up and say, I'm leaving. That's what he's doing. Gets up and leave. There's no, I'm going to tell my wife, I'm going to tell my son, or my neighbors, or I'm going to finish my paperwork, get my will right. Nothing. He just gets up and leaves. And that is my question. I'm not talking about eventually you will go up. Of course you will go up.
We can leave immediately because it is his will, God's will.
Sorry, say again?
We can leave immediately, like if God is saying something, we can do that.
Right.
He will arrange everything then.
Okay, so I declare all of you to be pure devotees because it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Not easy. You will say, let me tell my son, let me tell my wife, this or that. But you're not doing any of that. That's wonderful. Okay, 199. Sei chone Vrindavan ne karinu gaman prabhu kripate sukhe ainu Vrindavan. So immediately, right at that moment, as soon as he said that, he got up, he left. No packing to do, no giving somebody to take care of the house or telling somebody, no, nothing, just leave.
But Krishnadas Kaviraj Prabhuji, he was already renounced.
This is why I asked all of you that question. This is why I asked all of you
that way, but I mean, if I compare myself with him, like I am nothing as compared to him, but we get the inspiration, Prabhuji, like with your, I would say, with your mercy, with Guru Maharaj mercy, with the situation, like I would say, I'm just saying personally myself, Prabhuji, like I get so much inspiration, like what I am thinking, like if we can get some kind of order from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there cannot be anything better than that, so then just leave it and just go,
It's wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So that very second, I started from Vrindavan, and by his mercy, I reached there in great happiness. Text 200. Jaya Jaya Nityananda Nityananda Ram, Jahar Kripate Painu Vrindavan Dham. All glory to Lord Nityanand Balaram, by whose mercy I have attained shelter in the transcendental abode of Vrindavan. So, main point here is that without the mercy of Lord Nityanand, you cannot go to Vrindavan. Prabhupada said you cannot buy a ticket to Vrindavan and go there. He said you have to have mercy of Nityanand, Lord Chaitanya, Radharani, Krishna, pure devotee, Guru Maharaj, whoever. But you need mercy to get to Vrindavan. Can't just say, okay, I'm going to buy a ticket. Personally, I have experience with the ticket, everything. An hour before the train time, my daughter got sick. So I know that without that mercy, even with the ticket in hand, you cannot go. And that's the point he's making here, that it is by the mercy of the Lord that he was able to get.
Prabhu, is that only for only related to Vrindavan, or that is applicable to any dham?
Well, so yeah, it's applicable to any holy dham, but here we talk about Vrindavan.
Okay.
In this context, we're talking about Vrindavan. Okay, it says, obtain shelter in the transcendental abode of Vrindavan. And that's the other point. How many of us actually are able to go to the transcendental abode of Vrindavan, as opposed to the physical material Vrindavan, where you see the dirty streets, you see the apartment buildings, and you see people bargaining, and you see the monkeys, and so that's something to think about. Because a lot of us go there, but we don't really see transcendental abode of Vrindavan. We see just the material Vrindavan. And that's why we have all these issues. So again, he's saying, by his mercy, I was able to get to the transcendental abode, which is the real Vrindavan. Okay, 201. Jaya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Kripa Maya, Jahan Hote Painu Rup Sanatan Ashray. All glory to merciful Lord Nityananda, by whose mercy I have attained shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Satyana. So that's the other. By Krishna's mercy, we get the mercy of the devotees. By the mercy of devotees, we get the mercy of Krishna. So it's a very mutual, reciprocal thing, that you need that mercy to get the others' mercy. So the devotees' mercy to get Krishna's mercy, Krishna's mercy to get devotees' mercy. It's like they say, you get your spiritual master by the mercy of the Lord, but you get the Lord by the mercy of the spiritual master. Okay. जहां होते पायनु रघुनाथ महाशय, जहां होते पायनु श्री स्वरूप आश्रय. By his mercy, I have attained the shelter of the great personality, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. And by his mercy, I have found the refuge of Sri Swarup Damodar. Yes, we are doing Adi Lila chapter 5, text 202. Okay, somebody wants to read the purport?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Prabhu.
Purport. Anyone desiring to become expert in the service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna should always aspire to be under the guidance of Swarup Damodar Goswami, Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. To come under the protection of the Goswamis, one must get the mercy and grace of Nityanand Prabhu. The author has tried to explain this fact in these two verses. Hare Krishna.
So once again, you need a devotee's mercy to get another more senior devotee's mercy. With that mercy to get Krishna's mercy. So it's all connected. And that is why one of the worst obstacles in our progress on the path of devotional service is Vaishnava aparadha. Narottam Das Thakur says, how does it go? This in the Vaishnava Thakur. My God, this is blank. When you offend the Lord, Hariya, Hari sthane aparad, तारे हरि नाम तोमा स्थान अपराध nahi paritra. So Thomas Thakur is addressing the Vaishnavas, saying that if you offend the Lord simply by chanting his holy name, you can get rid of that offense. But you offend a devotee, there's no hope. Because Krishna will not forgive you. So, so here the point is being made is that you need the help of one devotee to get the shelter of another devotee. Now he's saying, anyone desiring to become expert in the service of Sri Radha and Krishna should always aspire to be under the guidance of Swarup Damodar. So who was Swarup Damodar Goswami? Anybody knows?
One of Lalita Vishakha Sakhi?
Yes, in the Krishna Lila, they were Vishaka, Swarup Damodar was Vishaka Sakhi. But in the present Lila, where he was...
He is the person who inspired Krishna Das Kaviraj to write this Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhuji.
Okay, that was much later. But what was his relationship with Lord Chaitanya?
He was a servant, Prabhuji.
I'm sorry,
intimate. He was a he was his servant.
Intimate
personal servant.
Very confident. He, being Vishakha in previous Leela, he understood the mood of Lord Chaitanya. How? What mood did Lord Chaitanya have?
A mood of a devotee.
Radharani.
Radharani. So here Radharani's mood. Vishakha and Lalita were the closest associates and friends of Radharani. So they understood their mood. So Lord Chaitanya would do something, obviously the mood of Radharani, Ramanand Rai and Swarup Damodar will be the only ones who would understand. And there's a very famous incident where Lord Chaitanya sang a beautiful bhajan. And he basically talked about a boy who was standing at the bank of the Yamuna under a kadamba tree, in three-folded forms, and something was happening. It seemed like no context, like when suddenly, it sounded like a romantic movie song. And everybody's saying, what's he doing? Lord Chaitanya, what is he doing? Like, what's going on? And it was Swarup Damodar who explained what mood he's singing it in, what it really means. Basically, it was all about Krishna. So my point is that these devotees, they understand the mood of the Lord. They understand how to approach the Lord. And therefore, they give proper guidance to people like us as to how to approach the Lord. Now, so Damodar, then Rupa Goswami. Who was Rupa Goswami in Krishna Lila? Rupa Manjari. Rupa Manjari. So again, what do the Manjaris do? What is their duty?
To help, to assist Srimati Radharani?
No.
Or actually, to assist the Sakhis.
That's correct. So their job was to assist the Sakhis. So once again, they understood the mood of Radharani through the Sakhis. So Rupa Goswami understands that Sanatana Goswami, again Manjari, Raghunath Goswami, again Manjari. So they were all Manjaris. So Damodar was Vishakha Sakhi. So they all understood the mood of Radha. Therefore, they understood the mood of Lord Chaitanya. And therefore, they have the ability to take us to the Lord. And imagine these people saying to the Lord, please accept this person in your shelter. Krishna cannot say no. So whether it's Lord Nityanand, whether it's devotees like they mentioned here, any of the other 6 Goswamis, they're all eligible to recommend us, and Krishna will not say no. And to come under the protection of the Goswamis, one must get the mercy and grace of Lord Nityanand. So now again, both ways. To get the mercy of the Lord, you need protection from these people. To get the protection from these people, you get the mercy of Lord Nityanand. So it's going both directions. Okay. Gayatri, you have your hand up.
I have 2 questions, Prabhu. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay. The first question was where you mentioned, we shouldn't offend a devotee. This is a really big offense and it makes us fall down. There's times when, you don't intend to offend someone, or it's unintentional and you don't even know that you may have offended. Like, what do you do in instances like that?
So first of all, the famous example of fire, if you have a hot stove, not realizing it's hot, you put your hand on it, can't say, my dear fire, why did you burn me? I didn't know you were hot.
Yeah, yeah.
So the effect will be there. So whether you do it knowingly or unknowingly, the effect will be there. And obviously, if you just have no idea, then you won't do anything about it because you don't know you did something. And maybe the effect is a little bit less than if you do it deliberately. Do it repeatedly, it's even worse. But if you have done it unknowingly, then what can you do? You don't know that.
Okay. And my second question was, so how do you like we're chanting the Maha Mantra. Like what is the mood? Like how do you pray to Nityanand Prabhu? But you're also trying to pray to Radha Krishna.
You
Should you
got
focus on?
okay, I could hear last 10 seconds. Can you repeat
Oh,
it? Yeah, you went blank.
I was saying it's hard to know who should you focus on when you're chanting.
Okay, well, no, this has been answered many times, many times. So first of all, we pray to the Panchtattvas that we'll be able to chant without offenses. We seek their mercy. That's the first thing. We also seek the mercy of our Guru Maharaj that we chant in the. And then we are supposed to focus on the sound of the name, the sound vibration. That's where the focus is. You don't try to see the Lila, you don't try to do that. If you're pure, they appear automatically. If you're doing pure chanting, the first thing that will happen is the name will appear. And then the form of the Lord will appear. And the qualities of the Lord will appear. And the dham will appear. And the pasas will appear. But that's automatic. We don't do artificially.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. 203.
Prabhu, one second.
Aditi,
Prabhu, also I want to tell Gayatri that she can listen to your lecture of Radha Ashtami where you're explaining, how to focus.
Oh, okay, yes, sure.
So Prabhu just gave a lecture in ISKCON Toronto for Bhagavatam, where he has explained it so well. I was really happy hearing that. So you can listen to that.
I will listen to it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Was it ISKCON Toronto?
Yes.
Oh, it should be on YouTube, right, Prabhu?
It should be. I don't know how to get it, but yes, it should be.
ISKCON Toronto has a YouTube page, so I'm sure all the videos are uploaded on that. So I will take a look.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank you, Mother.
Sure.
Perfect. Thank you.
She says it's there. Okay. Thank you. Okay, 203. Sanatan kripaye painu bhakti ras siddhant. Shirup kripaye painu bhakti ras prant. Bhakti ras prant means the limit of the mellows. Okay, translation. By the mercy of Sanatan Goswami, I've learned the final conclusions of devotional service. And by the grace of Rupa Goswami, I've tasted the highest nectar of devotional service. So who's our Sambandha Acharya?
Sanatan Goswami.
Okay. Who's our Abhiday Process Acharya?
Rupa Goswami.
Rupa Goswami, exactly. So those two are being mentioned here, and therefore, Krishna's Kaviraj is saying that from Sanatan Goswami, the final conclusion is that I understood the sambandha, the relationship between me and the Lord, the nature of that relationship. And by the grace of Rupa Goswami, I got the highest nectar you can get in devotional service. That will be explained in the purport. So let's go to the purport and discuss in more detail. What's the purport? The first paragraph.
Can I, Prabhu?
Of course.
Purport. Sri Sanatana Goswami Prabhu, the teacher of the science of devotional service, wrote several books, of which the Brihad Bhagavatamrita is very famous. Anyone who wants to know about the subject matter of devotees, devotional service, and Krishna must read this book. Sanatana Goswami also wrote a special commentary on the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam known as Dashamatipani, which is so excellent that by reading it, one can understand very deeply the pastimes of Krishna in his exchanges of loving activities. Another famous book by Sanatana Goswami is the Hari Bhakti Vilasa, which states the rules and regulations for all divisions of Vaishnavas, namely Vaishnava householders, Vaishnava brahmacharis, Vaishnava vanaprasthas, and Vaishnava sannyasis. This book was especially written, however, for Vaishnava householders. Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami has described Sanatana Goswami in his prayer Vilapa Kusumanjali, verse 6, where he expressed his obligation to Sanatana Goswami in the following words. Vairagya Yudbhakti. Okay, sorry.
So go ahead, finish. That's okay, go ahead. Finish it. Finish the verse.
Vairagya Yudbhakti Rasam Prayatnai Apayayan Mam Anabhipsumandam Kripam Buddhirya Paradukka Dukki Sanatanastam Prabhumashrayami.
Beautiful, beautiful rendition. Thank you. Okay, so Sanatana Goswami has written many, many books, as you know. And what you may or may not know is that there were some books by these Goswamis and some other devotees which are considered so high level, so esoteric, that they themselves are concerned that people will read them and misunderstand them. So they buried those books. The Samadhi is still there, just under the temple of Madan Mohanji in Vrindavan, beside the Samadhi of Sanatana Goswami. So you can imagine the level of these Goswamis, their understanding, the expressions, etc., etc. Anyway, so out of the many, many books that Sanatana Goswami has written, one book being referred to here is Brihad Bhagavatam. Wonderful book. Those of you who have not read this, I recommend highly read it. Talks about how Narad Muni is going from place to place to place, trying to find the best devotee. And everyone he goes to claims to be not the best devotee, but rather a rascal, and refers to somebody else. So quickly, like I won't remember the sequence, but he goes to Brahman in Prayagraj, who sends it to a king in South India, who sends it to Indra, who sends it to Brahma, who sends it to Shivaji, Lord Shiva, who sends him to Prahlad Maharaj, who sends him to Pandavas, who sends him to Uddhava, Ugrasen, sorry, who sends him to Uddhava, Uddhava sends to Gopis, and the Gopis send them to Radha. So my point is that this book, so much detail talks about the attitude, the mindset of the devotees. I mean, who would I argue Prahlad Maharaj is not the greatest devotee? But Prahlad Maharaj argues against that. No, somebody is better than him. Similarly, you can take any of these names. Vaishwanam Jathasham or Shiva. He's saying, no, it's my fault here and there and there and there. They can see their faults. Or they see faults in themselves, but they see only good things in them. So anyway, so Brihad Bhagavatam is a wonderful book. If you don't have it, please get it.
Prabhuji, what language these are written in?
Well, no, you have an English version. It's on Sanskrit, but this English version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's Hindi version also, but that's not Prabhupada's.
Prabhuji, it's not on vedabase.io. Where is it available online or just the hard copy?
I don't know. I have a hard copy,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's online or not. I never checked it.
Okay.
If you're really, really nice to me, I can loan you my copy. And we have promised return within a month. So let me know later.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, no problem. Anyway, so Sanatana Goswami also wrote a commentary on the 10th canto, Dasham Tippani. Again, helps you understand these pastimes. Because these pastimes of Radha and Krishna are not easy to understand. The loving affairs between Radha and Krishna are not easy to understand. Even Narottam Das Thakur sings, Rupa Raghunath Pade Kabe Hoibe Akuti, Kabe Ami Bhujibo Yugal Pirati. He's saying, I have to read all these books by Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, and When will I have time to read all that? And when, because of the help of those books, I will be able to understand the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. So this is Narottam Das Thakur. What was the most special thing about Narottam Das Thakur? How did he appear? What did Lord Chaitanya say? He's coming and he'll have what? Anybody knows?
From the Padmavati river, Prabhu?
Yes. What was that? What was that with Padmavati that he left, Lord Chaitanya left to give to Narottam Das Thakur?
His prema?
Yes,
No.
Krishna Prema. He left Krishna Prema that he had with the river Padmavati and said, when Narottam Das Thakur, Narottam comes, they give it to him. Narottam, and she said, how would I know? It's just another boy. He said, when somebody enters your body, like the waters, you suddenly your waves start going crazy, then you know it's him. And that's what happened. So Narottam Das Thakur came. When he was born, his color was blackish. When he came to that, he got the prema, he's converted into gold, molten gold, like Lord Chaitanya's. So he was prema personified. If he didn't understand, who can understand? He's saying, when will I read all these books for Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, so I can understand the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna? That's how hard it is. But you need this help to understand. Okay. Similarly, he wrote Hari Bhakti Vilas, another amazing book. So much nectar there, so much about the processes, the rules and regulations, etc. And is it particularly meant for the Grihastha? Okay. And then let's talk about Avtar Goswami praising Sanatana Goswami in his book, in his prayer called Vilpa Kusmanjali. Sorry, Vilapa Kusmanjali. And then she sang it so beautifully. Now let's read the meaning. Who wants to do the next paragraph? I'm sorry, Gayatri, do you still have a hand up or did you forget it?
No, I forgot it, Prabhu. I'll put it
No.
down. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Who wants to read?
I will read, Prabhuji.
What? Okay.
Okay. I was unwilling to drink the nectar of devotional service, possessed of renunciation, but Sanatana Goswami, out of his causeless mercy, made me drink it, even though I was otherwise unable to do so. Therefore, he is an ocean of mercy. He is very compassionate to fallen souls like me, and thus it is my duty to offer my respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami also, in his last section of Chaitanya Charitamrita, specifically mentions the names of Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and Srila Jiva Goswami, and offers his respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of these three spiritual masters, as well as Raghunath Das. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami also accepts Sanatan Goswami as a teacher of the science of devotional service. Srila Rupa Goswami is described as the Bhakti Rasacharya, or one who knows the essence of devotional service. His famous book, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, is the science of devotional service. And by reading this book, one can understand the meaning of devotional service. Another of his famous book is the Ujjwal Neelamani. In this book, he elaborately explains the loving affairs and transcendental activities of Lord Krishna and Radha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So I want you to draw your attention to what Raghunath Das Goswami is saying. I was unwilling to drink the nectar of devotional service, possessed of renunciation. Okay, so he was unwilling to drink this nectar. I said possessed of renunciation, which talks about renunciation. Now, he's implying that I have no feeling of renunciation, so it's hard for me to drink this. So I want to remind you of who Raghunath Das Goswami was. Where was he born? Like, not where, like what family? Who was his father?
Aristocratic family.
Aristocratic. How rich was his father? Richer than we can imagine. Like something like 1 lakh gold coins every day or every month, something like that. Like richest we cannot even imagine. That's where he was born. And he did not want anything to do with this. He used to try and run away. What did he want to do? He just want to take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. So then he got shelter of Lord Nityanand, and by that he got shelter of Lord Chaitanya. But he's saying, what do I know about renunciation? This is Raghunath Das Goswami. Talk about humility. Right? And then he says, by Sanatana Goswami, out of his causeless mercy, made me drink it, even though I was otherwise unable to do so. Like, if Raghunath Das Goswami doesn't drink the nectar of devotional service, who does? But he's saying, I was unable to, I was unwilling to. Again, total humility. What a lesson for us. We memorize 100 verses and we say, I'm the scholar. Everybody come to me for questions. Here he is saying, what do I know about devotional service? What do I know about renunciation? Total humility. Okay. Then he says, Sanatana Goswami, therefore, is an ocean of mercy. He's very compassionate to fallen souls like me. Raghunath Das Goswami, fallen soul. Again, humility coming through. Right? And thus it is my duty to offer my respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet. So what's he doing here? He's not only praising his spiritual master, he's also totally surrendering. It's my duty to offer my respectful obeisances. It's not a choice. It's not choice, not out of force. Your duty to offer your obeisances to your spiritual master. Because again, yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, yasya aprasadat kya hota hai?
Gati kadapi.
Gati kutopi. There's no hope. There's no hope. Okay? So then it continues. Krishna, no, Prabhupada saying, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami also, in the last section of Chaitanya Charitamrita, specifically mentions the names of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Srila Jiva Goswami, and offers his respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of these three spiritual masters, as well as Raghunath Das. Now, if you look at the end of any chapter in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it ends up something like this. Shri Rupa Raghunath Pade Jar Ash Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Das. So at the end of every chapter, he's offering obeisances to Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, whom he considered his gurus, spiritual masters. Okay. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami also accepted Sanatana Goswami as the teacher of the science of devotional service. Sri Rupa Goswami is described as the Bhakti Rasa Acharya. So he is the Acharya of Bhakti Rasa, the nectar of devotional service. And that's why he wrote the essence of the devotional service. He wrote Bhakti Rasamrita, which is known as nectar of devotion by Srila Prabhupada. Now, somewhere Rupa Goswami said, Lord Chaitanya said to Rupa Goswami, after 10 days of instructions in Allahabad, he said, Rupa, now have given you a drop of the ocean of devotional service. That drop became an ocean. Rupa Goswami got it and he took from that ocean a drop and put it in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And we read the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and we can understand a drop of that, we're doing well. So we can understand the drop of a drop of a drop of the ocean of devotional service, we're doing very well. And we should always understand that. It's a very, very vast subject matter. It's a very difficult subject matter. It's very, obviously, pure subject matter. For anybody to claim I've become a big bhakta, I think there's something bogus about that. You should always remember that. Okay. Okay. And then talk about the children money. Text 204. Jai Jai Nityananda Charanar Vinod. Raha hote painu Radha Govinda. All glory to the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, by whose mercy I have attained Shri Radha. Ratan Das Thakur again sings, Heno Nitai Bino Bhai, Radha Krishna Paitanai, in a very famous bhajan on Nityananda. Because without the mercy of Lord Nityananda, you cannot get Radha Krishna. So the way it goes, and this is what I talked about in my Sunday class, Bhagavatam class, not Sunday class, sorry, Bhagavatam class on Radhashtami, that to please Radha and Krishna, who do you need to serve?
Radha.
Sorry?
Chaitanya
Please Radha and Krishna. Who do you need to please?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To please Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who do you need to please?
Nityanand.
Nityanand. To please Nityanand Prabhu, who do you need to please?
Our Guru.
Our Guru. Is the expansion of Lord Nityanand. And how do you please your Guru? By chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So this is how it goes. Okay, so you can see successive mercy of the pure devotees. Okay. All right, let somebody read the purport of 204.
Shall I try, Prabhuji?
Sure, of course.
Srila Narottam Das Thakur, who is famous for his poetic composition known as Prarthana, has lamented in one of his prayers, "When will Lord Nityananda be merciful upon me so that I will forget all material desires?" Srila Narottam Das Thakur confirms that unless one is freed from material desires to satisfy the needs of the body and senses, one cannot understand the transcendental abode of Lord Krishna Vrindavan. He also confirms that one cannot understand the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna without going through the direction of 6 Goswamis. In another verse, Narottam Das Thakur has stated that without the causeless mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, one cannot enter into the affairs of Radha and Krishna.
Exactly. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So this is what I was saying, the last line. Eno nitai bina bhai, Radha Krishna paitena. Without the mercy of Lord Nityananda, you cannot understand Radha and Krishna. Certainly you cannot get them. So that's the first qualification required. That you have to serve Lord Nityananda, please him. Then it goes back to Narottam Thakur has written this book, a set of prayers called Prarthana. And he said once again, without the mercy of Lord Nityananda, I will never forget my material desires. If I don't forget my material desires, I cannot understand the Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan. And I cannot understand the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. So nothing. Without the mercy of Lord Nityananda, you cannot understand Vrindavan, you cannot understand Radha and Krishna, you cannot understand the living affairs of Radha and Krishna. And cannot understand how can you get it. Okay, so once again, it's been described this whole chapter how important Lord Nityananda is, how merciful Lord Nityananda is, and how critical he is for in our efforts to progress on the path of devotional service. Okay. Any questions before I move on? Okay, 205. Jagai madhai hote mohi se papisht, purishe heat hoite mohi se lagisht. Now the humility of Krishnadas Kaviraj is coming up. He's saying, I'm more sinful than Jagai and Madhai, lower than the worms in the stew. Now, it is said that Jagai and Madhai were so sinful that the agents of Yamraj would give up. Not Yamraj, sorry, Chitragupta, who's keeping the records of our activities. They'll give up, can't write fast enough. You know, and if you imagine that they had computers in those days, some kind of computers, the hard disks were getting filled every day. And hard disk can store like billions of bytes of data. They're getting filled every day. They were so sinful. It is said that there's no sinful activity that they did not do. And Krishnadas Kaviraj, the writer, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, was saying, I am more sinful than them. And even lower than the worms in the stew. Like, you can't even imagine anything lower than that. Calling himself lower than that. That's humility. Okay, 206. Continues, the humility continues. More naam sune jai tar punya chhai. More naam loy jai tar papa hoy. Anyone who hears my name loses the results of his pious activities. Anyone who utters my name becomes sinful. This is the person in whose dream Lord Nityanand comes and directs him to go to Vrindavan. This is the person to whom all the devotees of Vrindavan come and request him to write about Lord Chaitanya. This is the devotee who goes to visit Radha Madan Mohan Mandir for permission to write Krishna Chaitanya Charitamrita, and the Lord drops his garland on him. This is the devotee saying, I'm worse than Jagai Madhai, I'm lower than the stool, bumps in the stool, and if you take my name, you lose the results of your pious activities. If you take my name, you become more sinful than ever. So how's that? Like, is he lying? Is Krishna's Kaviraj lying? He's showing false modesty. So how can somebody like that be so humble? Any answers?
Prabhuji, forgive me for asking this question, but was it just for the sake of writing? Or
This is
was
exactly
it,
what I'm asking, Mother.
yeah,
That is my
was it,
question
did he
to
mean
you.
it? Yeah.
That is my question to you. Do you think he was just being artificially humble? Did he actually mean it? That's my question to you. So you can ask back. You have to answer it first, and then I'll tell you.
No, Prabhuji, he was spiritually
means
so
it.
much advanced, we cannot even imagine.
He
was so much humble. He was so much, his humility was so much, we cannot even imagine.
No, but then the question becomes, how can he think that he's worse than Jagai Madhai?
You know, so there's a story of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he says, you can tell that I'm so fallen because I'm still alive. Even though you can tell that I'm so fallen because I'm still alive. I'm still living.
Okay.
Knowing how separation, the feeling of separation that I have from my Lord, how can I still be alive? Like, that's how fallen I am.
Exactly.
Like, their mood is so immense that I think they look down upon themselves, that they can have even a moment of existence where, they're living without any thoughts of him or in complete love of him.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's something we can't even fathom, Yeah.
So you're right. So basically, the standard is so high.
Yes.
Saying that, how can he still be alive? Because we talked about, we should get to a point where separation from Krishna should feel like there's no oxygen to breathe. With no oxygen to breathe, you cannot survive more than a few minutes. Can everybody please mute yourself? Everybody, please. Thank you. So the point is, the standards are so high. To give you this example, we cannot live without oxygen for more than a few minutes, if that. But we don't feel a separation in the same way that I can't even breathe without that. And therefore we say, that's okay. My standard is not that high. But Lord Chaitanya is saying, no, like oxygen, I can't breathe. But I must be fallen because it's not like oxygen. It should be like oxygen, but it's not like oxygen. I must be fallen. The standard is so high. So I can give you a mundane example. Those of you who may have ever watched a cricket game or follow cricket game somehow, there's some very famous players like Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, things like that. And every once in a while, they go through what you call a lean period. They're not scoring centuries. They score maybe 30, 40, 50. And people are saying, oh, it's terrible, throw him out of the team. Now, 30, 40, 50 is not bad, but it's bad by the standard of Virat Kohli and Sachin Tendulkar. So it's bad. It's the same thing. When your standards are so high, the fact that you should have died and you didn't die, that means you're bad. They're not looking at themselves by our standard. Our standard is, oh, I can do 16 hours every day. Well, this is great. That's our standard. Offensive, not offensive, we don't even talk about. Oh, I'm reading every day, Srila Prabhupada books, I'm great. But you're not reading, okay, then you're bad. But our status is so low. Right? And that's the difference. And that's what we must understand. They are at a very, very high level. And that's how they measure themselves. So they're genuinely feeling that they're worse than the guy. They're genuinely feeling worse than the stool and the one with the stool. It's not artificial at all. Genuinely feeling that. If you and I say that, that'll be artificial. I say that all the time. Oh, Prabhuji, I'm so fallen. And we don't really mean it. Actually, one disciple of Srila Prabhupada went to him, Prabhupada, and said, Prabhupada, I'm the most fallen. And Prabhupada always saw through these things. Just him right away. You're not most anything, so get out. Right? So my point is, when we talk like that, we're probably being artificial. But not these people. Genuinely feel that humility because their standards are so high. Okay?
Yeah, Prabhuji. I just, thinking on this one, Jagai Madai, because this example comes and because we vividly know who they were. So is it one way to understand, because at the end of that, such a, disgrace person, Lord Chaitanya gives his mercy. So is he feeling that maybe I'm not on the right path, but just Prabhuji, I'm just thinking, because he gives mercy, right? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives him personal mercy.
Why did Lord Chaitanya give mercy?
Because of Nityananda Mahaprabhu.
There you
So
go.
all these things are there, but ultimately he got the mercy. So is that just thinking the mind of, we can't really get into the mind of Krishna's Kaviraj. There's no way, mood is not there. But another way is thinking that ultimately, at least he got the mercy, but Krishna's Kaviraj, he did not see them in person. Is it that mood he's looking into that?
I don't understand your question. So you did not see in person, what does that mean?
Okay, so because the example is comparing with the Jagai Madai, I am not equal to him, or I'm not like him. Also, I'm lower than him.
Worse than them. I'm worse than them.
Worse than. Agreed. So on that. So my example, I'm my understanding. I'm just trying to understand, right? Little bit of my there. Just because Jagai Madai had a mercy, eventually mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Nityananda Mahaprabhu, that mercy, okay, direct mercy. Krishna Das Kaviraj is thinking that I didn't have that mercy. Is that way to see that?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Okay.
Don't read between the lines and come up with something else. Okay, so saying straightforward, I am more sinful than them. Period. Now, there's an implication that therefore Lord Nityananda will be merciful upon me also. But that's not what the mood is right now in this particular line. Just being very humble, saying, I'm worse than them. I'm lower than the woman.
Also, but sorry.
Go ahead.
Now I was just gonna say also, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells us why he feels like this. Like he reveals his mind. But the devotees always are not revealing their mind. They don't always tell why they feel so low. Right?
True. Devotee is supposed to be grave. Therefore, only with the confidential friends they reveal their mind, not to everybody. It's one of the qualities of devotee, the grave. Not like me, just say everything or whatever. No, they don't do that. Right? So that's true. That's true. Okay. Move on.
Prabhuji, just one thing to share. जैसे अभी हम पढ़ रहे हैं कि उनका भाव इतना अच्छा था या बहुत डिवोटेड ज्यादा थे वो, और उनको लगता था कि वो कुछ भी भक्ति नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो ऐसे अगर हम अपने बारे में सोचेंगे तो हम तो कहीं स्टैंड ही नहीं करते.
So Mataji, to be honest with you, I'm not talking about you. I can speak for me. We are nowhere.
Yeah, we are nowhere.
We're just starting and stumbling right at the start, we're stumbling. Have you ever seen, 100
Sorry, Prabhu, to interrupt. What was her question?
The question basically, Mataji, maybe you can repeat yourself and say it better. Mataji?
I'm trying to say that just we're studying right now. That day he was very devoted, and we're talking about his humility, and he considers himself very sinful. So we should not even compare ourselves with such great personalities. But we stand nowhere. We have no standing anywhere. I think we've not even
True, Mataji, correct.
we not even begin. We've just attained the knowledge of what to do in life, I think.
Even that not very well.
Even that not very well. But
So you're right. I mean, and we have to understand, we are just beginners. We're toddlers trying to learn to stand up, forget about walking or running. Okay? So yeah, you're right, absolutely right. And that should be our attitude too. That we're trying to stand, just trying to start. Okay.
Babaji, is it fair to take some comfort? Yes, we read about these exalted devotees and we find ourselves, very minuscule in front of them, but there is some salvation here because we're still here. We have been given the mercy to be able to sit here and do this, so there is some positive here and we are trying.
Yes, I totally agree. And so the point is that just like a small child, he can't do anything, right? But he knows my dad can do everything. Whatever he needs to get done, my dad will do it. And that's the faith we have to have. My Krishna will take care of him. My spiritual master will take care of him. All I have to do is obey him. The child is expected to do just one thing, obey the father. That's it.
Yep.
That's how we need to do. The definition of the word Shraddha is Shraddha Shabde Dridha Vishwas Krishna Karma Pehle Sarva. No, sorry, Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kata. Which means that the word Shraddha simply means that the firm faith, firm belief that if I serve Krishna and do Krishna Bhakti, everything will get taken care of.
Correct.
That's it. And so, if you can just reach that point, that my Krishna will take care of everything in the way he wants, not the way I want. And that's where sometimes we go wrong. I want to take care of me the way I want it. Well, Krishna says, I am sorry, I'm not obliged to do that. But we change that to say, please take care of me the way you want it. Life will be beautiful.
Correct.
No, and then that doesn't matter. Then it doesn't matter what else happens. And maintain that faith. Prahlad Maharaj maintained that faith. Just imagine all the torture he went through. All he had to do was once say, Pitaji, you are right. You are bigger than Vishnu. That's all. That's all. That's all would have taken. All the torture would have stopped. No.
He did not say.
That's what I'm saying. I said, no. My Lord is bigger than you all the time.
It.
You do whatever you want. You say, well, in that case, I'm going to take care of you. They say, trident, a spear, or the fire, or the snakes and the scorpions in a well, thrown from the rooftop, sorry, the hilltop, or stampeded by, stomped by the elephants, it doesn't matter. You're taken care of.
Very well.
And that's the faith we need to have. It doesn't matter if we can't remember a single verse. It doesn't matter if we can't read every day. It doesn't matter, whether we could go to the temple every day. But have that faith, my Krishna will take care. Because I'm his. I am his. That's it.
He takes care of everyone.
Get to that point, you need to do chanting and you to association in the books, all those kind of things. But the bottom line is that's where we need to be. My Krishna will take care of him. Nobody's bigger than my Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on. 207. Eman nirghanam more keva kripa kare Ek Nityanand Gunu Jagat Bhitare. Who in this world but Nityanand could show his mercy to such an abominable person? That's the point I was making earlier. That only Nityanand can give shelter to a person like that who's worse than Nagai Madar, who's lower than the worms in the stool. Was the kind of person whose name you hear and your pious activities are gone. Whose name you utter and you get so much sin. Only Nityanand can take care of it. Deenahina. Now all the people who are worthless, who are helpless, who have nothing, Lord Nityanand takes care of them. And that the evidence of that is the Gaiman. That's a very famous bhajan mantra.
वो देना कैट मैट जो कॉपी है इसकी लिखा तो है सामने कॉपी है पड़ी जमीन पे
Mr. Mataji, mute yourself, please.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
It's okay, no problem. Okay, so do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, move on. 208. प्रेमे मत नित्यानंद कृपा अवतार उत्तम अधम के छुना करे विचार. So that is the glory of Lord Nityanand. Because he is intoxicated by ecstatic love and is an incarnation of mercy, he does not distinguish between the good and the bad. कोई भी हो, कोई भी हो. Like Lord Chaitanya told Nityanand to go to the bars where people are drinking, to go to the gambling houses where people are gambling. I said, only you can do mercy to them. So Lord Chaitanya was good enough not making distinctions, but Nityanand was even more than that. Lord Chaitanya said, I cannot go to the, householder's house. I cannot go to the gamblers, sinners, all people because I'm a sannyasi. But you can, you're an avadhut. Everybody knows that Lord Nityanand never took sannyas. Everybody knows that, right?
Yep.
So who was he in terms of status? What was his status?
Grahastha Prabhu.
Sorry.
Yes, before that he was a brahmachari and then became grihastha. He had two wives. Right? What were the names?
Vishnupriya Lakshmipriya. No.
No.
No. I'm so sorry. That was Mahaprabhu.
Ji Malini?
No.
No.
We should know the names of Nityanand's wives.
Janava Devi?
Yes.
Janva.
And her sister, what was her name? Vasudha. So Vasudha and Janava. Okay, all right, let's keep going. 209.
Oh, if I can share.
I'm sure, go ahead, yeah.
I think Janva Mata is the only one who has on Radha Kund a kutir.
Yes, very prominent kutir.
Yes.
She also became a guru. And she was the very amazing Vaishnavi who visited Vrindavan. And she was the one who went to Kheturi Gram. Nityanand Thakur arranged this wonderful birthday Gaur Purnima Kirtan, where Pajitattva appeared themselves in person. Yeah, so very amazing personality. You should read about Janamata. Her story about Lord Nityanand's marriage. Very important.
Prabhuji, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, then Nityananda Prabhu did not take sannyas. Didn't he also, like when we worship, when we worship them in their sannyas form, in the sannyasi form.
No, actually, as a matter of fact, we don't. Even Lord Chaitanya, we don't worship in a sannyasi form. What do you see when you see deity of Lord Chaitanya?
Oh, we see their hair.
Yeah, exactly. Why is that? Just totally out of context, but why is that?
To appreciate their beauty?
No, not quite. So like 24 years of his life is spent as sannyasi, half his life. When you don't serve him as sannyasi, what's the reason?
I don't think I know.
Okay, now I'm just asking the whole crowd here. Anybody?
I think, Prabhuji, we've spoken about this, and the reason we don't, because he shaved his head, and we want to know him or see him with his beautiful hair.
Yes. So basically, it's very painful to see him in the sannyasi form. So we don't worship in that form. We always see him as a householder form. We worship as that. Yes, both of you, right? Okay. 210. No, sorry, 209. जे आगे पढ़ाए तारे कराए निस्तार अतएव निस्तार लम्हो है दुराचार. He delivers all those who fall down before him. Therefore, he delivers such a sinful and fallen person. All you have to do is offer obeisance to Lord Nityanand. To 10. Mo papushte anilena Shri Vrindavan, mohan adham dila Shirup charan. Although I'm sinful and I am the most fallen, is conferred upon me the lotus feet of Shri Rupa Goswami. So once again, the example of the Lord taking us to pure devotee taking us to the Lord. So all the spiritual masters are expansions of
Nityanand Prabhu.
Lord Nityanand. Absolutely. Okay, 211. Shri Madan Gopal Shri Govinda Darshan Kahi Bar Yogin Nahi Esam Kathan. I'm not fit to speak all these confidential words about my visiting Lord Madan Gopal and Lord Govinda. But he's going to explain anyway. So let's go. 212. Vrindavan Purandara Shri Madan Gopal Rasi Vilasi Sakshat Vijendra Kumar. Lord Madan Gopal, the chief deity of Vrindavan, is the enjoyer of the Rasa dance. Rasa dance. Directly the son of King of Braja. So who is Madan Mohanji? Who is Madan Mohanji?
Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna, yeah. It was a very simple question. It was not a trick question. It's Krishna. But what does Madan Mohan mean?
Attractive.
What a literal meaning. Tell me the literal meaning of Madan Mohan.
The one who attracts Cupid.
Yes, the one who enchants Cupid because he's so good looking, so attractive, right? So Madan Mohan is so attractive. But one of the pastimes we talk about is Rasti.
Presiding deity of Sambandh Gyan.
Madan Mohan, yes, that's correct. Madan Mohan, Karoli, right? Yeah, correct. Thank you. Okay, and so what has he done? He has given Krishna's Kaviraj the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami. So it's the example of Krishna taking a devotee into shelter of a devotee. Okay. So this is what we're saying. Krishna gives us spiritual master, the spiritual master gives us Krishna. Okay. 211. Shri Madan Gopal Shri Govinda Darshan Kahi Bar Yogi Nahe Esab Kathan. I'm not fit to speak all these confidential words about my visiting Lord Madan Gopal and Lord Govinda, but we'll hear it anyway. 212. Vrindavan Purandar Shri Madan Gopal Das Vilasi Sakshat Vijendra Kumar. Excuse me. Lord Madan Gopal, the chief deity of Vrindavan, is the enjoyer of the Rasa dance, the directly son of King of Braja. Okay. 213. Shri Radha Lalita Sange Rasa Vilas Sambandh.
Manmata.
I'm sorry, Manmat Rupe Jahar Prakash. He enjoys the Rasa dance with Srimati Radharani, Shri Lalita, and others. He manifests himself as the Cupid of Cupid, like more attractive than the Cupid. As to Rasa dance with all these gopis. 214. Tasam Avirbhavu Charihi Smayaman Mukhambujaha Pitambar Dhara Shragvi Sakshan Manmatha. Translation. Wearing yellow garments and decorated with a flower garland, not Krishna, appearing among the gopis with his smiling lotus face, looked directly like the charmer of the heart of Cupid. So, because of how good looking he is, this dress, yellow garments, flower garland, he looks even more beautiful than Cupid, and it charms Cupid. That's why Madan Mohan. Okay, 215. So Madhurya lokere man kare akarshan, dui pashe Radha Lalita karene sevan. Radha and Lalita are serving him on his two sides. It attracts the hearts of all by his own sweetness. 216. Nityanand daya more tare dekhail, Shri Radha Madan Mohane Prabhu karitil. The mercy of Lord Nityanand showed me Shri Madan Mohan and gave me Shri Madan Mohan as my Lord and Master. So once again, by the mercy of Lord Nityanand, Kaviraj gets Krishna, Madan Mohan. 217. मोह में दिल श्री गोविंद दर्शन कई बार कथन है अकथ्य कथन. He granted to one as low as me the right of the sight of Lord Govinda. Words cannot describe this, nor is it fit to be disclosed. So let's understand something. What's the point being made? The point being made is that when we get some mercy of the Lord, we perform service for the Lord, we're not supposed to brag about this. Oh, Krishna came to my dream and told me this. Oh, I was given this service and I did this. You know, look at all the service I'm getting these days. I'm doing this. That is not recommended. As a matter of fact, it's said that if you keep bragging like this, you lose the results of those activities. So that is what Krishna was saying. I'm not supposed to do this. I shouldn't be saying all this. It's confidential. What happens between me and Krishna is confidential. I should not be talking about this. I was going to explain this further. 218 and 219. वृंदावन ने योग पीठ कल्पतरु बने रत्न मंडप तथा ताहे रत्न सिंहासने श्री गोविंद वसियाछेन ब्रजेंद्र नंदन माधुर्य प्रकाशी करेन जगत मोहन. On an altar made of gems, the principal temple of Vrindavan, amidst a forest of desired trees, Lord Govinda, the son of the king of Brija, sits upon a throne of gems and manifests his full glory and sweetness, thus enchanting the entire world. Now, do you see that in Vrindavan? Do you see that in Vrindavan? Krishna is sitting there on the altar made of gems, amidst desired trees. The throne is of gems and Krishna is manifesting all his glory and sweetness. Do you see that?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
If you do, then you are purest devotee in this crowd.
No.
Well, then how can you say it? How do you say it if you're not pure devotee? Because I don't say it.
We feel so good to see all.
No, that's not the question. Mataji, that's not the question. You see the gems from. You see Krishna's sweetness there. You see the desired trees, kalpavrakshas. Go there.
Prabhuji, we don't see the transcendental nature of Vrindavan. We see the material nature.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And let's not fool ourselves. You know, we're not qualified, but he is qualified. So he's seeing this. And that is his greatness. Then he says, 220, Vam Parshve Shri Radhika Sakhigana Sange Rasadik Lila Prabhu Kare Kato Range. My left side is Srimati Radharani and her personal friends. With them, Lord Govinda enjoys the last Lila near the pastime. So he's enjoying this last Lila. Pastimes become visible to pure devotees, but not to us. 221. Jar Dhyan Rijil Loke Kare Padmasan Ashtadash Akshara Mantre Kare Upasan. But Brahma, sitting on his lotus seat, his own abode, always meditates upon him and worships him with a mantra consisting of 18 syllables. So The same Radha Govindji, Brahma is meditating upon him, sitting on his Kamalasana, the flower seat, lotus flower seat, and he's chanting this mantra. So purport talks about what that mantra is. Somebody read the mantra, please. Sorry, purport.
I can read, Prabhu.
Go ahead, yeah.
In his own planet, Lord Brahma, with the inhabitants of that planet, worships the form of Lord Govinda, Krishna, by the mantra of 18 syllables. Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijan Vallabhaya Swaha. Those who are initiated by a bona fide spiritual master and who chant the Gayatri mantra 3 times a day know this Ashtadhashakra, 18-syllable mantra. The inhabitants of Brahmalok and the planets below Brahmalok worship Lord Govinda by meditating with this mantra. There is no difference between meditating and chanting, but in the present age, meditation is not possible on this planet. Therefore, loud chanting of a mantra like the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, with soft chanting of the Ashtadashakra, the mantra of 18 syllables, is recommended.
You finish it.
Lord Brahma lives in the highest planetary system known as Brahmalok or Satyalok. In every planet, there is a predominating deity. As the predominating deity in Satyalok is Lord Brahma, so in the heavenly planets, Indra is the predominating deity. And on the sun god, Vivaswan, is the predominating deity. The inhabitants and predominating deities of every planet are all recommended to worship Govinda either by meditation or by chanting.
Thank you. So, it is being said here that in this age, on this planet, meditation is very difficult. Why? What's the reason meditation is difficult?
Our mind is very fickle, Prabhu.
Exactly. It's very difficult to focus on mind on any one thing. Very, very difficult. So meditation is not possible. So we do instead mantra meditation. And mantra meditation is supposed to be done loudly. Especially the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra meditation. Because the idea is that when you chant loudly, what senses of yours are engaged? You chant loudly.
Ears as well, besides tongue.
Ears.
Your tongue.
Right? And so the chances are better that you'll be able to focus because your ears are engaged as well. Okay. It is said that our hearing is working even when we are sleeping. Right? Everybody agrees with that? Our eyes are not working. Nose may or may not be working. Tongue is certainly not working. But the ears are working. The hearing is there. That's why when you're sleeping, somebody can wake you up with calling your name. Right? So the point is, even if sleepy terms of, not paying attention, being inattentive, hearing can bring you back. So that's one of the reasons why chanting loudly is recommended. To engage at least 2 senses. And then, of course, if you're looking at the form of the Lord, then engage 3 senses. Right? So that's the point being made here, that we do mantra meditation, and in every planet, whichever the predominating deity is, supposed to do the Gayatri mantra. Which is supposed to do it softly. As a matter of this said that we chant Gayatri mantra, it should not be audible to even a person sitting next to us. Otherwise, it loses its potency. So Gayatri mantra very silently, Maha mantra very loud. Okay. All right. So we'll stop here. Any questions or comments?
Prabhuji, there's also this, I don't know, this bhajan or something. I heard it somewhere. Brahma bole chaturmukhe, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Yeah.
Yes. So again, chanting the name of Lord Krishna. Yeah. Thank you. Anything else, anybody? Okay. Okay, then we stop here. Thank you very much. Vancha kalpadubhyascha kripasindhubhyeva.
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
See you on Sunday.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
yes.
Thank you,
Good
Prabhuji.
night.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.